The brand new Withings Scanwatch 2 just came out and it looks a lot like the original, but there are many differences and I'm going to show them to you side by side. Check it before you wreck it. What's up, geeks? I'm Kirk and look what I got. 2 watches on one wrist. I don't normally wear 2 watches. Maybe I should. Kind of weird. The Withings Scanwatch 1 and the Withings Scanwatch 2. And I get it, they look very similar. I just did an unboxing of the Scanwatch 2. You can check out that link above. But there are actually a lot of differences, especially in terms of the sensors on the inside, but even on the outside. There are more subtle differences than you realize, and wait until you see how the new Scanwatch 2 charges. It's totally different, and I kind of like it. So let's break down the similarities and the differences side by side, the Withings Scanwatch 1 and the Withings Scanwatch 2.
So here are the 2 watches, side by side. You can see they are very similar. I'm gonna go through the physical differences in a second, but first, the guts, the insides are upgraded. And you can see this on the back of the watches. There are simply more sensors on here. So both watches still have an accelerometer to measure your motion, a PPG sensor, which is that flashing light thingy that measures your heart rate, and an oxygen level, the SpO2 sensor, that measures the oxygen level in your blood. These sensors, according to Withings, in some cases have been improved in the Scanwatch 2, but they also added some new sensors, including a temperature sensor and an altimeter sensor that can actually measure your elevation. So what? Well, Withings says with these new sensors, you get new metrics, including respiratory rate, overnight heart rate variability. You can also detect fluctuations in your body temperature from day to night, which they say can actually help the app track if you're starting to get sick before you even realize you're sick. The app will tell you, hey, you're getting sick, which I think is super cool. And finally, with these new sensors, they say you can better track the menstrual cycle for women, which they have more tech to measure that, but they also say they have more tools in the software so you can track that yourself. Bottom line, this is a better watch. They've got more sensors and newer sensors, as well as newer technology in the software that they say is going to allow for better tracking. Let's talk about the outside now. They look side by side at a first glance very, very similar, but if we look closer, you will notice some differences. First and foremost, the screen. So the newer screen seems to have a sharper resolution. It's still that grayscale LCD screen that turns on only when needed. The hands move out of the way automatically and then move back, which I love that. I think that's so cool. But the small screen is why you get that 30-day battery life. And it's a better screen now. It's slightly improved. It has a bit of a higher resolution than before. So what else? Well, notice the numbers on the face of the watch, or should I say lack thereof. Withings removed all numbers from the watch face. There are no numbers around the outside trim because, frankly, there's no room. The watch is ever so slightly slimmed down. You'll notice this if you look at the trim around the watch face. I mean, you almost got to squint to notice it, but it is a little bit more tighter, if you will, or smaller. But you'll also notice the markings around the watch face. Whereas they were white on the Scanwatch, they're now silver, adding kind of that maybe elegant touch. The hands also have a heavier presence in the new watch with a square end instead of a point, and a slightly thicker build with that silver finish again around the white glow-in-the-dark paint instead of just a black and white finish. Groundbreaking? Not at all, but definitely upgraded. I think refined is probably the better word for it. This feels more refined than the original version. Now flip it over, as I mentioned, a similar back, but you're going to notice more sensors are crammed in. On the original Scanwatch, you count maybe 3 sensors in the middle there, and now I'm counting a total of 6 sensors. I'm not sure exactly which one is which. You'll also notice on the left-hand side of the back of the watch, the lack of charging contact points. The original Scanwatch had these. The original watch charged by setting the watch on the charging base. The 3 dots would align and voila, the watch would start charging up. But the new Scanwatch 2, they rethought this entirely. So I'm not sure, maybe they ran out of space in the watch to put this, I don't know. But with the new sensors, obviously they had to use more space for that. But now, look at this, the charging dock clips onto the watch. It uses the dial and the metal body itself as the 2 contact points. Kind of a cool idea, although if I'm being honest, I'm not sure the spring-loaded charging clamp is as simple and elegant as the previous circle charging dock. Either way, if you already have a Scanwatch, you know that with the 30-day battery life, this just isn't something that you'll be dealing with or using very often.
There you have it, guys. The Scanwatch 1 and the Scanwatch 2 side by side, but check out my unboxing video of the Scanwatch 2. I go in depth to what is inside the box if you're gonna buy the Scanwatch 2. Check it before you wreck it. I'm Kirk.